So today we're talking about sowing seeds, and we're going to discuss 6 different methods that we can use to sow seeds. So you have direct sowing, which is basically putting a seed on the ground. That's great, and then when the temperature and conditions are right, your seed will germinate, and that's how it works in nature. Then we'll discuss methods where we can ensure a higher germination rate, um, control the conditions a bit better to try and germinate early, see if we get a jump start on the season. So we're going to discuss soil blocks, sowing in trays, sowing in tubs, sowing in ZIPLOCK bags, and sowing in toilet rolls as well. So hope you enjoy it. First of all, we'll just give you a quick overview of my setup. So here's a quick introduction to my indoor setup. I have polystyrene mats, just come with no packaging, just to keep the heat in. The heat mat there, and then this another bit of polystyrene packaging. And when we're done with that, we will put this over the top to trap moisture in and keep it controlled. We'll also add lights in there later. Direct sowing is when you plant your seeds direct in the ground. The advantages of this is you get a lot of seed in the ground and it's less work. You seed it once, you may have to come back later, like carrots or things you would direct sow, and you may have to thin out the seedlings later. Why you would choose not to direct sow is basically like if you, for example, sunflowers, if I direct sow sunflowers, they will get to about 1 or 2 inches before the bugs eat them all. So I have to sow my sunflowers inside first, and when they get to a certain stage, then I can plant them out. Direct sowing, so if you use a square foot garden method as well, it's good for measuring. So you could have, say, 16 seeds for carrots, and you know that 16 seeds planted in that square foot. So I've already made the mix from 3 parts multi-purpose, 1 part perlite, and 1 part homemade compost. This dig in here, probably a wee bit too wet. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. And there now we have 3 blocks that we can plunk a seed on top, and that's how you build soil blocks. Next up is simple seed trays. So you can see when they're empty the gut, you just fill them up. It's quite easy enough. There's the seed trays. And then we also have the toilet roll. Toilet roll is a great way of doing this. So you have your toilet roll filled up with compost. This is great because it biodegrades in the soil, and you can just take that out, plant it straight in. Great for peas and corn. So let's see what we're going to plant up on these now. You can always plant as well using these tubs, which is basically just a tub filled with soil. And what I like to do is put things like salad or spinach in there and just lightly sprinkle it. We'll show you that in a second. So these tubs here are great for starting seedlings off. The only disadvantage of them is you'll end up plucking a lot of seeds. So we're going to go for Roma tomato here, and we're just going to sprinkle why not, full packet. And that's what's great. You have, I think it says 40 or 50 seeds in there, average 40 seeds. So if you want to get a lot of germination in a small space, that's what I recommend there. And what we're going to do now is put a little permaculate on top. should hopefully germinate. What these toilet rolls are great for things that don't really transplant too good. So what we're going to do here is plant some nasturtiums, and as they germinate we can just plunk them straight in the ground and you don't have to handle them again. So just plunk that in. Cover it up. Get good contact there, and we'll give that a good watering, and again some vermiculite. So we'll just throw 2 in there for good luck. Also, toilet roll is good for peas and corn as well. Does well transplanted this way. So for these bigger tubs we're going to plant some beans. We'll be able to plant them out later. And for the soil blocks we're going to go with nasturtiums, again, which don't transplant the best. So what we'll do to water these, we'll spray them regularly. So let's put the vermiculite over everything. We'll come back later and spray them once I find my sprayer. And then what we can do then is put on the tub, and there we have now a nice environment for our seeds to start. The ZIPLOCK bag method is a great method for ensuring a higher rate of germination. I have these seeds for a while, so I got them in 2021. Said they should have been planted a few years ago. So just to make sure, if we germinate the seeds using this method, we can ensure a higher germination rate. So what I do is simply spray your cloth, get your seed. These are organic courgettes, Gold Rush, and just place your seed. Plenty of space. So that's 10 seeds. We give it a spray again. Now we have to fit this kitchen roll. You can also add another sheet. Ensure a good contact. Let's stamp on that. Keep it as flat as possible. There you go. One sheet, and it's Gold Rush, courgette, and today's date is the 8th of March, and then we'll put that aside, and then you can do a number of these, which is do as many as you want, and as you can see they just stack on top of each other. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to put that in a cold or a dark place, and then we'll check back in a couple of days to see if these seeds have germinated, and we may even give it a wee additional spray for luck. Make sure it's nice and moist in there. Now you can't leave this too long, or what happens is it'll go mouldy. So now I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of courgette and cucumber, and what I'm going to do now is put these in a towel and put them in to the hot press, and we'll check back in them in a couple of days.